Hello, Wanderers. Welcome back to our Crusader Kings 3 roleplay series following Princess Arphazel of Ar-Adunaim. And in that last episode, we had escaped from that place, that island kingdom where our father, Grand Patriarch Gillim Cade, had kept us essentially a prisoner in a gilded cage. Well, we escaped from there with the help of some of our trusted companions. We escaped to the city of Abberloney, where we became a guest of the lords there, the Lord of Abberloney, the Lord of Zimraloni. And we made a little bit of a name for ourselves, not only through our noble heritage, but from the fact that we do employ some sorceress powers, though we haven't had much of a chance to use them. Our knowledge is still obviously well sought after. But while there, we met a Gondorian woman, a young Gondorian woman who was on a diplomatic mission and who invited us to visit her in the city of Linhir. And that's what led us to this event. As soon as I arrive in the port of Linhir, Firion takes me to see her father, Lord Harion of Dor en Ernil. He thanks me for saving his daughter, offering me a chance to stay in his city for as long as I want. Much need have we in Gondor of those we can trust, for the power of the enemy grows ever stronger. You are forever an honored guest in the house of Dorthoron, Lady Arphazel, to whatever end. But Firion draws me to the side, concerned and pensive. In Gondor, a name in your tongue is seldom heard of. It may attract unsavory attention, and maybe worse. I suggest a change in identity, says Firion. Even here in Gondor, we have heard of an Ambarian sea lord offering a large reward for the capture of his wayward daughter, and there are folk in Gondor who would take that opportunity. To that end, you should start anew in this land with my help. Though the shadow grows ever darker, Gondor and Belfalas especially are still havens of freedom and opportunity. You can be safe here. But I have been Arphazel my whole life, and leaving my identity behind is not a step to be taken lightly. Do I agree to the suggestions of these Gondorians and become one of them? I struggled with this decision in between episodes. A lot of you guys made some good points on both sides, and I think there is something to be said for this. Adopting the new land and seizing our chance here, we can change our name. We adopt this Belfalathrim culture, or we can return to Merlon because we won't change who we are on a whim. Obviously, this second one here plays into the fact that we are, a stubborn character. We're not going to give up on our heritage easily, even though I think it should be said that, we probably don't necessarily have that close of a connection to, our heritage and the way that we grew up essentially as a prisoner, our view on things would be very skewed, right? We might be proud of our heritage coming from like the blood of Numenor and one of the kings of Numenor, Pharazôn. But yeah, just in terms of like the way we look at life, it's tough to say how close we hold to this Umbarian culture and things like that. Probably still to some extent, I would say, but yeah, it's that's up for debate. Whereas like adapting to this new land, seizing our chance, that probably plays into our ambitious nature. And obviously this is coming from our friend Furion here, well, not our friend, but a young woman who, we're at least seems trustworthy and seems to have our best interest at heart. But although I was really debating between the two, I think I've settled on taking this second option and returning to Merlon. And the main reason that I think that this is a little bit more appropriate is that we have just escaped from being our father's prisoner, from being stuck under his thumb. And although the offer from Firion comes from a good place, comes from a compassionate place, it's an honest and earnest offer. I think if we accept this, we're just going to be essentially placing ourselves not necessarily under the thumb, but we're going to lose a lot of agency if we accept this offer. We'll be indebted to Lord Harion and his daughter here, and we'll need to rely on them to, because we're in this land, we're going to need to rely on them a lot. And I think that takes away a lot of our freedom and a lot of our agency. And I think that those are the two things that Princess Arphazel cares about the most, because that's the things that she has fought to achieve. And so I don't think that we will change who we are on a whim. After speaking with her father, Firion escorts me to the Great Hall's exit. I wish you'd chosen a different path, Arphazel, but I won't beg you to stay here. I trust you have things well in hand in Harad, but those places are filled with dangerous beasts, and the cruel Southrons past the Harnan. Please stay safe. Promise me that. And should you ever choose otherwise... She trails off and I nod, reassuring her that I will look out for myself. After a quick goodbye, I return to the port to charter another ship back to Merland. Gondor is not my home. No, Gondor isn't our home. And neither is Harad or anything like that. Our Adunaim is our home. Though not a place we maybe think of all that fondly. But yeah, I think that we need to retain our freedom. We need to retain our agency. And thus we need to return south. Not that we're still going to be somewhat beholden to, the people for whom we will be guests, like High Lord Belzegar and things like that. But, we've got 100 spearmen along with us in our camp. And, we have an opportunity here. And I think that taking that decision leaves a little bit more of leeway for our character to become either a goodly aligned character or evil aligned character. I haven't decided which one we're going to go with yet. I want the story events to really play a big part on that. But I think that if we stayed in Gondor, we definitely would be leaning more towards a good path. But I think that's up for debate still. As we walk down the halls of the manor in Gilbin, the local landowner, Alquantar, turns to me. They say this part of the estate is haunted, my lady. Oh, intriguing. Let's take a little tour. Seems there's a ghostly atmosphere and a rat, or maybe something else. We hurry in to catch up with the entourage, but I think that we're going to take a look in this nook over here. I fumble in the darkness, doing my best to ignore the slight sense of panic that it invokes. And then a large dark shape comes swooshing down on top of me. I let out a shriek of surprise. Alquantar has trouble breathing through the laughter and points at me. My lady, did you have a good time? You knave. He gains the trait wounded and we gain 20 dread. Yeah, you know what? You try to make a fool of us and it will not go well for yourself. Oh, we're caught outside in some bad weather, so I think we'll take this opportunity to rest. We're not in a rush to get back down south, I don't think. Don't really have much reason to be in a rush. So let's make our way down. Tomb Raiders. Turning a bend in the path, we come across a group of people covered in dust, emerging from what must have been once an impressive tomb. The hoist burlap sacks that jingle and jangle, weighed down by the trinkets they have dug out of an ancient building. Times are hard, mighty high lady. Our families must be fed, and we are not doing harm to anyone among the living. There's no future for those whom disregard the past. We can imprison this guy here. The high lady deserves their cut. I have no time for peasants. There's two, but one of them gives us prestige. We could get an ancient treasure. Maybe we see something that these people are holding that makes us think that this could be something of a magical nature or an artifact nature. So I think we're going to demand it. And we pick out... We gain ancient treasures. Oh, look at this. A sudden windfall has meant that this character is known for their wealth and generosity. Okay, I thought we were going to get an item. But, you know, it is what it is there. All right, so we are going to return to Zimraloni here. But first, we have an unusual encounter. Avoiding the harsh midday sun, we have made a temporary camp inside a peculiar and very damp cave. Did you hear that, my high lady? Calamir, well, my princess, you should say. Calamir seems ill at ease with our dark shelter. As I turn around, I am suddenly face to face with a young girl who must somehow have walked right past Calamir. The startled child immediately vanishes deeper into the caves. I think we gotta follow the child, right? 72% chance, come on. Oh. Qanats of Tirfalas. We delve deeper and deeper into the earth, leaving the bright, sunlit landscape behind for increasingly damp, dark tunnels. As I finally catch up with the girl, I'm distracted by a splendorous sight. An ancient system of underground canals extends as far as the eye can see. Welcome, princess, to my very own palace. It is likely to dwarf even yours. Well, maybe our current one, but not our former home. She looks at me defiantly, clearly dismayed that I managed to follow her all the way down here. Who is this girl? Miriel. She's a Harondorim, the common Harondor folk. Interesting. Let's see. Let us die. Okay. Girl, you must learn to respect your betters. I can learn something from studying this treasure, or let us dive for hidden treasure under these waters. Yeah, let's do it. 61% chance. Come on. Did we get something? Oh, what happened here? Oh, the conflict between Tharagrondost and Ar Adunaim interested me little until my council's summary of the Battle of Bar Nevadui appeared. Somehow I know, even before I open it, that it contains good news. There, among the dispatches, it reads, "We confirm Varkan was killed staunchly resisting the Ar Adunaim pikemen. He was slain by Mayor Miniator, spymaster of Lord Atanukar." These are all going to be people that we know, obviously. Well, obviously Varkan. This was the guy who taught us magic, but he was a lecherous priest. So, yeah, not we're not a fan of this guy here. Well, luckily he's dead, but Varkan was meant to be mine. Ooh. Me and Mayor Miniature become rivals. My hero, I shall send Miniature a Delphinium. We start a seduce scheme against this guy. I don't know if we need to do that, but good riddance, do we say? Or, I mean, we're not vengeful. If we were vengeful, I'd probably would take the Varkan was meant to be mine option, but I think we just have a sigh of relief knowing that this lecherous old sorcerer is dead and gone. We can build a new part of our camp because we just built up the pavilion. I think that I think it can't hurt to maybe do the. Oh, let's pause here. Do the barber's tent? Yeah, let's get a barber's tent started. Oh, did Calamir has returned home? Seems as though he has. That's unfortunate. He was we got along well with him, I think. As we trudge down the road, a building hoves into view. The battered sign reads, "The Blue Queen Inn. No luck here tonight. Barely got room for the current lodgers, but I'm afraid I absolutely require lodging. Surely we can come to an arrangement." Yeah, let's do it. And our bartering proves successful there. So, there we go. It's too bad that Calamir returned home, but some moments must be recorded forever. The time that I became friends with Gilliman Zaya is one of them. Such an incredible memory must be preserved for all time. My mastery of the Southron language would make penning this a trivial matter. Assembling and illustrating a tome can quickly become a costly endeavor, however. We've got money for it, right? We'll gain a memory of Gilliman Zaya artifact. What does that do? Ooh, it's a masterwork journal. Prestige? It's not that great, but really nothing. Oh, and we have a new story contract here. Across the mouths of the river Harnan lies the walled harbor of Abberloney. A missive reaches me sent by the local lord requesting my assistance. The matter at hand is kept vague, likely due to concerns of the message being intercepted. Interesting. Let's go and check it out. Probably don't need all of these people, although we do need a caravan master. Oh, everybody is bad. Hellenial is better than nothing. All right, let's travel to accept here. Oh, we can make a request as well from the High Lord of Abberloney. I guess that's who we're going to see here. Let's request a men-at-arms regiment from him. Our spearmen size increased by 1, so we've got now 200 spearmen have joined us here. All right, let's go and see what this story quest is all about here. So yeah, we're returning to Abberloney. We're gonna get those 200 spearmen from him, as we do. As I approach the city of Abberloney, a smile appears on my lips. It was here that I finally stopped running and looking over my shoulder after winning my freedom. I return now with the local lord's summons in my hand, and the gate wardens let me pass. Near Ramlon's markets, I meet with Abrazane, my contractor. I have heard many good things about you, he greets me. Have you heard of the vast catacombs that lie beneath the city? There are many treasures to be found down there, but my interest lies with only one. A scroll dating back to the Second Age, when both Ramlond and Merlond were ruled by the same dynasty. If this scroll could be found. He smiles, leaving the rest to my imagination. The Lord of Merlon is my benefactor. I won't betray him. We could reject the oh, okay. Who do we like better? Do we like Zimraloni? This is Merlon, right? Yeah. Do we like is that his city, right? The city of Merlon? No, that's the city of Zimraloni. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, that is. So it's these two. Abberloney and Zimraloni are basically going against each other here. Very well, I will find you that scroll, or we reject his contract. Which guy do we like better? This was the first guy that we saw. He's forgiving, sadistic, and honest. Or we have here High Lord Belzegar, who is calm, gregarious, and zealous. I mean, I feel like the Lord of Merlond is my benefactor. I don't think we're going to betray him. No, I think we reject this offer. But now there's a fateful encounter in the gardens. Making my way through the streets of Abberloney, I pass through a small garden near one of the city gates. Near the garden's exit, I am approached by a young girl. Would you spare a coin for the hungry? She asked timidly. I look at the child. It is obvious she lives on the streets, but for some reason she gives me a different impression than most of the other street urchins. Dolgu fell. Interesting. Out of my way. Here by yourself. Come with me. If you make yourself useful, I'll keep you safe. Well, obviously we got to bring the girl along here, right? See, maybe she's got some special story thing going on here. Who knows? All right, so what are we doing? Are we just hanging out here in this place? Abandoned contract. I guess we abandoned the contract, yeah. Move your accursed tent. Oh, just they're fighting over tent placement. Figure it out yourselves. No. Well, yeah, figure it out yourselves. Yeah, I think we abandoned the contract, right? Because I don't think we're gonna betray the Lord of Belzegar here. I think we like him a little bit more than we like the Lord of Abberloney. I feel like we can trust this guy just a little bit more. So let's return here. There are some contracts that we could do around here. Hired muscle, monster hunt, log talismans. We could try a monster hunt. We don't really have that many capable followers, though. That's like Gondor is like the only one who could probably hunt a monster. But let's try it anyways. Let's see what this monster hunt is about. As I arrived in the hall of High Lord Belzegar of Zimraloni, he greets me quickly and gets to the matter at hand. There have been attacks by an unknown evil creature in my lands. Rangers are meant to keep the peace, are they not? Sort out that monster and you'll be rewarded for it. The task is simple. Track down the dark creature that plagues this province and slay it. Well, I think that we're gonna go with, let's slip ups, any of you? Let's try to do this quickly, and I feel like we've got more, like, you know, yeah, like, we've probably got better people for these stats, like Outrider, Gondor, maybe. Jeez, I don't even know if we'll be able to fill up all of these things here. I mean, our success, we might have a chance at success here. We'll see. Yeah, we don't have a lot of people in our camp, but I suspect we'll be recruiting some more soon enough. But yeah, let's see if we can pull this off. This guy wants us to join a war. I'm not gonna do that. Not really too worried about that right at the moment here. Alright, let's just see how this hunt goes. We don't need a lookout because we're not really worried about secrecy here, right? Monster hunt. First discoveries. As my party searches the province of Zimraloni, we soon find evidence of the creature's activity. We come across a group of scared villagers that tell of a massive troll that has come down from the mountains. Having uncovered the identity of the monster that plagues Zimraloni, we set out to look for further tracks of the troll. We will find the monster's trail soon enough. Indeed, we hopefully shall here. So, I guess the scheme's not going that fast, but I gaze down sadly at my meal. Barely ripe apple stands out as the most appealing of the fare. Yurthor leaps to his feet, bow in hand, reaching for a quiver. I've had enough of this. These may be High Lord Belzegar's lands, but I'm sure he can spare the mirrors. For no poaching without permission. Go fast, go silently. We can't risk it. Let's ask for permission. I think that we might be able to convince High Lord Belzegar here. But he insists we pay for the right to hunt. Well, not that much money, but we gain our provisions anyways. Alright, 58%. Oh, get another story event over here. Mysterious message. I receive a message from a stranger offering me a unique opportunity that will soon expire. Can we go in? Oh, we can go and do this right now. Can we be doing both at once? Maybe we can. The only reason I'm considering doing it now is just because it says it will soon expire, so I'm worried if we wait to do the monster hunt that we would run out of time. So let's go and see what this stuff. Oh, we got a new follower, Tamrith, a sailor woman. Well, all right. An unusual man. A short while after stepping off the ferry that brought me to the island of Tolfalis, I am approached by a man in a gray cloak, spear in hand. You must be Arphazel. He greets me with approval in his voice. I have heard much about you. You are as impressive in person as the tales make you out to be. I'm not quite sure how to react to that, so I simply asked for his name and the reason for our meeting here. Where are my manners? I am Galador, a wanderer from afar, and I present you with an opportunity. Your sister, Adunafel, is dear to you, no? She is here on a corsair ship docked in a cove nearby. If you are willing, I will lead you there so we may try to rescue our sister. And this is the sister we like. Oh, why is our brother dressed like a priest? We can try to rescue her. We will attempt to rescue. Well, obviously, we're going to attempt to rescue our sister here, because she was she was kept in the same, the same situation that we were. After nightfall, Galador and I approach the hidden cove where the black-sailed corsair ship is moored. Leaving my doubts behind, I edge closer to the stranger as he peers around a large rock to watch for enemy lookouts. There are two ways to go about this, he says. We either rely on secrecy or surprise. Which shall it be, Arphazel? He grips his spear, awaiting my response. This guy, Ranger Captain Halbrand's steward. It's a good-hearted man, apparently. We surprise them. Come, now's the time. Ooh, boy. We must rely on stealth, or the corsairs can be bribed. Let me handle the talking. I I think we gotta bribe them. I'm not willing to take a 60% chance. That is too low. Whereas we have the money. Let's bribe the Corsairs and let's guarantee our sister's freedom. So we go and we manage to pull it off. We regroup near the dock as the sun sets in the east. As Galador begins to say his goodbyes, I stop him and ask where he comes from. After a few attempts of evading the question, he finally gives in. You are persistent, I'll give you that, he says with a smile. Very well then. I am Galador of House Artenos, one of the Dunedain of the north. As for my reasons of coming so far south, I shan't reveal them, at least not yet. All right, keep your secrets, I think to myself as he finally turns to leave. I hope to see you again, Galador. Ooh, you grow closer to forming an intimate relationship with Galador. Thank you for your assistance. I mean, he is a handsome lad here. He's got the blood of Numenor in him. He's he's one of the Dunedain. Interesting. Maybe, maybe we like a fellow with a fine beard like that. I hope to see you again, Galador. Indeed we do. And now our sister's with us? Awesome. Yeah, and there goes. She's divorced from our evil brother who got married immediately after to a Gander's sister. Oh, he got married to a Gander's sister. That's so funny. Our brother just like immediately afterward. Couldn't wait, could he? All right, so we return home. Here's our scheme. I'm not going to join this guy's war. Don't want to join it, in fact. And then I think that we're going to try to execute this scheme. Plenty in common. Life in close quarters tends to magnify relationships, good and bad. Fortunately for Adunafel and Tamreth, their common interest in obeying the duly appointed laws of the land, indeed any land, has proven to be a strong bonding agent. So the pirate captain or the lady sailor here and our dear sister become friends? Yeah, we'll encourage that. Why not? I think that's totally fine. And a rather interesting little turn of events there. Let's see if we can pull off our hunt here. Gonna be low chances, but I don't feel like waiting any longer, so let's seize the moment here. Failure! The creature is nowhere to be found. No trace of the monster was to be found. Then how come another village was desecrated last night? It seems you simply failed in your task to track the creature, and that deserves no pay. Get out of my sight. Dang. Alright. Well, that's unfortunate, but we did find and rescue our sister, Princess Adunafel, from our father's clutches. So that leaves only our mother and our other sister, Princess Arkadeth, still within their hands. Well, I mean, our other sister's not really quite as charming as Adunafel is here. This is the good sister. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm curious where the story goes from here now. I'm really not too sure. I wonder if we're gonna meet back up with that ranger, that Dunedain guy again, or I assume probably there's more stuff with Furion as well. But yeah, I wonder what we shall see. But that shall be for another episode. So until then, Wanderers, if you enjoyed this episode and you have not yet subscribed to the series, please, not to the series, but to the channel, please do so now, because it boosts the algorithm and it makes me happy. And that is what is most important in life. So until the next one, Wanderers, thank you for watching.